What it is, peoples, this is Tommy coming by way of Brion. We in that digital era, figure it out. And this is episode 53 of Everything's Blurred, I believe. So, it's your man, Tommy.
What's good, everybody? I am the MR.SHAU and Mr. Shaun, 2/3 of the Blurred. Shout out to Brion. I don't know if he's going to be on here or not, but if he's not, we're going to hold it down for him. Again. Tommy's back, y'all. Y'all ain't peep what that was about. The fact
Tommy's
that Tommy's back. Last week it
back
was
on my power force shit.
You know what I'm saying? Last week it was the Corolla cousins. Then prior to that, you know what I'm saying, we had some stuff going on or whatever. And
it's been a minute.
it's been a minute.
All of us been on at the same time, but
yeah, we kind of been we've had some personal stuff going on. You know, still some healing and some prayers still need to be done, but we're gonna get there, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna strive to be better and try our best to be at 100% and to be a better version of ourselves, you know, each day. You know what I'm saying?
We here now. We still here though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? By the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? We are still here. It is interesting. I'm gonna start it off with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that you played that record by Eminem. Because I want to say that your boy The Game was on Drink Champs, and he said he wants to do a versus against Eminem.
Okay.
After proclaiming that he's the better rapper.
Yo, he's just doing everything right now. You know what I mean? Nobody even mentioned. I hadn't heard any mention of that. I heard what he said about Dre. In reference to what Kanye did, as far as he did more for his career in 2 weeks than Dre did in his whole career.
Wow.
I saw 50 has seen this on social media and was like, what the hell is going on? Game kind of threw some shots at 50. Like the last time, you know, we went at it, G-Unit Clothing died and something else. And now he's saying he's a better rapper than M and he wants a versus with M. Of course, he has a new album coming right now, right? Out right. I think it's out or it's coming.
I haven't seen it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if he has something coming out.
And he has a joint, the song that dropped with Kanye.
With Kanye, right? Yeah, I still haven't
listened long ago. So
yeah.
Yeah, man, he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot right now. So it would definitely
and
be
he played in the Drew League. Don't forget that.
he was in the Drew League. I
He
mean,
was in it, but he
I
barely
didn't see
played.
no highlights. I didn't see no basketball highlights
I,
of the
I
game from the Drew
here's what
League.
I saw of the Drew League highlights I saw a couple years ago of him being in it. It was him talking to the team and pointing at like the championship banner or whatever. I
Mhm.
saw him be in the game, but he ain't do nothing spectacular. Like
Wow.
I think he threw the ball to the corner. I think he passed the ball. I think he made a couple shots, probably missed or whatever. But it wasn't. It was like, yo, this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah.
no Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he wasn't filet. You know.
Hey, yo, side note, yeah, they need to have filet in the Celebrity All Star game. Yo, like they need to have some people out there that can actually hoop, in addition to some other folks. You know what I mean? The up and
Yeah.
coming stars,
Yeah. Well, you
actors,
know, Revolt has
actresses,
a
TikTok people,
show.
whatever.
It's a show on Revolt. It's like a basketball joint. It's different, like rappers. They got their basketball teams and they play. I don't know if it's full court or half court. I forgot the name of it, but I know. I think Chris Brown went against. Was it like Pooh Shiesty? Somebody. But it's like different people. You know, they even and like it's a lot of known you know
Was it like the big 1.5?
young rappers or whatever.
You got like
And one
one
of
or
the
two
people
people
that's
that
like
can really
involved
hoop.
in it, and one of the people that's involved in it, I was surprised was Gorilla Nems, underground MC, former battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like they got him involved. I'm like, wow, Puff threw him a check. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I always like to see the cats from the indie / underground world, try to
Yes.
come up and do something. Get their faces seen in a bigger uh outlet or whatever. Um this was I literally just saw this today. Um and every rapper has the right to feel like that they're the best MC or whatever. But if you're talking about being better than Eminem, I not taking nothing from Game because I do think Game can rap. I think he is talented. He does have classics. He does have bangers. At the same time, rapping wise, you not messing with M, sir. You're not. Here's your issue. Here's what always been your issue. If you could do a whole song without name dropping, I'll give you that.
That's
But you
the
say too many
that's an
names.
accomplishment.
It's one thing to pay respect and show love to the elder statesmen before you. He did the Game did it a lot better than what a lot of these younger generation rappers have done over the years, right? But
Okay.
there's a difference between paying homage and kissing ass. And the Game,
You're saying it's not a fine line that he walks. Are you saying it's not a fine line that he walks and he's firmly on?
brother, he is skating on that bounce, skate, roll, bouncing on that line, sir. That's what he's doing. Do you remember the Michael Jackson Bad video?
Yes.
Do you remember the one dude, he had a solo shot where he was on skates, he didn't expect he'd get up and he was just moonwalking on roller skates?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's doing on that line when it comes to paying homage to the elder statesmen of hip-hop. That's what the Game does. The Game do have joints. But brother, you not in that tier. You're not in that tier. You're boxing out of your weight class, sir. Stay in your class. We don't want another mismatch.
Honestly,
he's a dope MC, but he ain't no music.
The Game cannot The game cannot stand up there with M and go bar for bar with M if this is a battle of MC. But track for track,
hits?
and given the audience that versus is, because I don't think it's quite crossed over yet into, you know what I mean, like where pop people and, you know, top 40 hit listeners are going to be checking for the verses, checking for the verses lineup. So with that said, I do think Game might get him out of here in the verses. But if we talk about a real battle MC, nah, he's talking reckless.
Versus, it's a hit for hit thing.
And he gonna hit M with all of the 50 and Dre shit.
He got joints. He got joints, but we acted like M ain't got Dre joints too. M ain't got joints with.
M has plenty joints, saying? Right? No, I'm not saying that he don't. I'm just saying, like, how many times was you kicking it at Eastern Shore with not even at Eastern Shore, but like 3 years out of college, let's say 08 to 2010, you just kicking it with niggas at the crib or whatever. Maybe he's got some drink, got some chips or whatever, you know what I mean? Music playing, you know, niggas might be playing spades. It's bullshit, you know what I mean? And the M joint come on. And it's just like, and not one of the M joints that's like, that got like the crazy radio play, like the hits. Just like one of them like gutter M joints where he just is just like just killing the beat, bars is nasty, and he's just like, yo, this thing's just nice. Like you can't say nothing else, just nice. You know what I mean? Like I feel like,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm talking to the wrong nigga when I ask that question.
Like, what are you talking about? Yo, like, yes, you're talking to a person that loves lyrics, that likes the rapidy rap. You know what I'm saying? Yes, if I'm chilling with and I'm around other niggas that fuck with rapidy rap shit.
That's why I said I'm asking to the wrong person.
Many of nights, sir. I've chilled with some niggas. We took some shots of Henny. We would talk music, play music, have these rap, you know, debates, whatever. Yeah, we've had those talks. I'm not the average rap listener person. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, if a game track, but I'm not against listening to the game like that. I remember being around my same rapidy rap friends. One of them, we was talking about the album 1992 that game came out with. And I thought that joint was banger. Like it, and it's something about, I don't know, this is a different album, but documentary 2, when he did documentary 2.5, he had quite a few joints with that was produced by will.i.am, and Game and will.i.am, they got a heck of a chemistry right there. I wouldn't be mad if they, you know, linked and did a whole project together or something. It was pretty good. But 1992, and he wasn't feeling it like that. It didn't hit him like that. He wasn't feeling it. Whatever. I forgot what the reason was why my man's wasn't feeling it. But I was telling him, I was like, yo, that album to me, he put me back in that space of what was going on in LA in that year of 1992. You know what I'm saying? So I really messed with that album. Like he painted a good picture of that scene in that time frame. So
Mhm.
I really like that album. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really, knock him on that on that level. As far as like a versus goes, yeah, I'll admit, Game got some hits. I liked Hate It or Love It. I loved that song.
Yeah,
Um
that
the joint
first
with
album for
Timberlake,
real.
huh?
I like that album.
You
That
know,
first album.
I liked it. But I wouldn't consider it a classic. I know some people that
Oh
consider it a
no,
classic.
no, I'm
I
not
don't
saying
consider it a
that.
classic.
But I do
Um,
think he got
because he got that
a
one
lot
joint
of
with
shit for
Timberland,
50.
the
Plus, he
dan,
got
the
all Dre
dan,
beats.
dan, 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 dan,
Yeah.
dan, dan, that
Mm-hmm.
joint. He got the joint with Kanye talking about the groupies. Um,
I forgot that was on there. One get
uh,
five.
uh, and it's a few other joints that he's done,
Yeah.
of the little features and things of that nature that he's done.
He got
So,
Where I'm From with Nate Dogg. Uh, he got This Is How We Do.
yes,
You know what I mean?
yes,
He got a lot of joints
yeah, he
off
got
just off of
joints,
that first album.
but then you look at M's catalog, and I mean, you're talking Stan, you're talking
Yes.
the Guilty Conscience joint, you're talking I Am Whatever You Say I Am, Lose Yourself, uh uh you know, man, I can go
Eight
on a
month
little
shit.
bit.
The eight. Oh yeah, that was Lose Yourself. My fault.
Um, um, the Rihanna joint, Monster, uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne joint, Don't Hurt Me, No Love, the No Love joint, No
Got the Real
Love, that
Slim
joint,
Shady. Love the Way You Lie. The Way I Am.
yeah,
Um, Superman.
oh yeah,
Cleaning Out My Closet. Shake
got
That.
that.
Sing for the
Hi, my
Moment.
name is, you know, you
Guilty
got
Conscience.
what's the joint? The joint the joint off of Chronic 2001. What's the difference between me and you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got
Forgot
that
about
joint.
Dre.
Forgot about Dre. It's
Yeah.
but
You
what I
know,
think,
go ahead.
but I don't think this is going to happen because a
No.
while back, Swiss wants Busta and Eminem to do a versus because somebody said something on Twitter, whatever,
I would rather see
and
that.
Swiss responded, "Got you, Busta Rhymes versus them, zone, zow, zow." All that shit he said.
I would rather see. I would rather see that. I would rather see Buster versus M.
That would be
But
amazing, bro.
you all the other joints that I hadn't even thought about, like Forgot About Dre. Other things that M is on that he could pull out. You know what I mean? Like he smoked. Forgot About Dre. He smoked. What's that joint he got on
Renegade,
the Black Album? Renegade. Yeah. No, Blueprint. Excuse me.
Blueprint.
Renegade, yeah.
But he did produce a track for Jay-Z off the Black Album. Pops died, didn't cry, didn't know him that well. That joint.
Okay.
He produced that joint.
Okay. What was that? Feel My Truth? I forget the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
And then M got the joint with Royce and Bruno Mars called Lighters.
Mm-hmm. And he's got Bad
That
Meets
was
Evil
big.
versus Royce too. That's more like a B-side type
Yeah.
joint for niggas right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's
I'll put it like this though. Game is doing what Game's supposed to do when Game got a project coming out. Game needs to get hot.
yeah. You can't be mad at it. You can't be mad at it. You know, I mean, I'm listen to it. You know what
Kanye
I'm
is the
saying?
most talked
When it
about
comes
person
out,
right now after should
I heard he
probably
put out a
be
poem about the divorce.
okay. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it, but
I just saw when we was looking up topics an hour ago that popped up, and I was just like, bruh, listen to Teddy P. I think you better let it go.
it's
She's
making it
officially
worse.
single. You
It's
know
just
what I'm saying?
making
I don't
shit
know if
worse.
she's still with Pete Davidson or whatever, but it's like, yo, just
At this point, yo, I was going to say something, but because she's pregnant, it's not going to hit to save, so I'm not going to say it. But
tell off air. I want to hear it.
I was going to be like, yo, if Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian break up, hey, yo, Rocky better watch out. Because Pete Davidson is that nigga right now on the streets.
Yo, it's so crazy to me how Pete Davidson be pulling him. Ariana Grande. It might have been somebody before Kim.
Pete Davidson is on. He might be on the start of a Derek Jeter like run. You know what I mean? This nigga's like looking at Jeter like.
I was confused if it was Jeter or A-Rod because I was like, one of them niggas was players for real.
This nigga Pete Davidson might be about to bring it back Jeter style, man. You know what I mean? Like, shit, who's hot right now?
He's doing something, man. He's doing.
You're gonna see Pete Davidson in the Meg Thee Stallion video. Mark my words.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Hey yo,
and he raps too. And he raps too. So
you know what? You know how that video where Drake was sitting in the chair and Nicki was kind of giving him a lap dance or whatever back in the day. This was part of a music video. It was a little scene, and then it seemed like Drake was like when she got up. Pete Davidson is about to be in that chair in somebody's music video, I think. Pete could be in the WAP 2 video. You know what I mean?
I could see him in a Sweetie video or Doja Cat, one of them.
Yeah.
He could be in one of them.
Niggas not gonna fuck with Pete Davidson because Kanye don't fuck with Pete Davidson. But
that's how that works.
No, I'm saying like it's too many cats that really want to work with Kanye. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
That they can't actually like fuck with Pete Davidson like that.
All right.
But anyway,
yeah,
off of that.
Yeah, but let's keep it music. Let's keep it hip hop. You know, we was talking about M earlier. There used to be a group that was signed to M's label by the name of Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse consisted of 4 MCs: Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz, Crooked Eye, and Nickel 9, Royce the 5'9". Excuse me. They put out a couple albums, couple mixtapes, toured. They were an awesome group. They tried to work on a 3rd album. That album got shelved. People was wondering if it was a wrap for Slaughterhouse because Joe Budden retired. People still ask about Slaughterhouse this, Slaughterhouse that. A couple years ago, or a year ago, Joel Ortiz and Crocodile put out an album called HARD. So it was like half of the slaughter right there. You know what I'm saying? And they decided recently to do another Slaughterhouse album without Royce the 5'9" and Joe Budden. And they put out some joints. They got a couple videos out, a couple singles out, and I think they're doing like a vlog showing you the progress of them making this album. And Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9", they both feel away about the situation. Joe Budden recently said that this upcoming Slaughterhouse album can, quote, suck his dick, unquote. The EP, the joint is going to be called The Rise and Fall of Slaughterhouse. There was an hour-long argument on Instagram Live with Joe Budden. Remarked he wished nothing but the best for Joel Ortiz. Joel Ortiz asked for Budden and fans to check out Hard with an Honest Opinion, a statement Budden didn't take too kindly towards. He said, "Tell him what album? Suck my dick. Are you kidding me?" Budden asked. "You want people to listen to this clown show?" Then Joel Ortiz rapidly fired back, "Nigga, suck my dick. Don't go there. Don't do that."
Okay.
And yeah. And back in February when Royce heard about it, he was on Instagram. He does lives as well, and he said, "This is what he said about it. You have 25% ownership / equity in the building. Let's say an apartment building. You built this building with your 3 partners, brick by brick. It's worth millions. Suddenly the value drops because it needs renovations, etc. You and your partners have been talking about when and how this work is going to get done. Y'all just need to agree on plan of attack. Meanwhile, you and just one of the other partners receive an offer to build another building together, but with just the 2 of you, minus your other 2 partners. Yes, there's a check involved, but just one catch. You have to burn down the building you already have without informing your other 2 partners in order to do so." And then he asked, "Would you do it?" "Didn't think so." "Me either." So Royce is not a part of this.
Oh, I see. I see.
And so wanted to get your thoughts on the situation.
Man. So to me, it looks like the 2 dudes that's good financially. I don't know what's good with Crooked Joel, but I know Joe and Royce seem to be good. Seemed like they was like, nah, I'm not with this.
Joe's already retired, and Joe is always.
And he's been retired for years, though, a couple years now, right?
He will tease some stuff, but it just seems like something I had to. I don't hold my breath on it.
This nigga's not rapping.
Yeah,
he ain't rapping. So, yeah, that's what it looks like now. Like seeing that response from Royce, that's what it looks like now. Because clearly there's got to be some money involved here. You know what I mean? Like after all this time, you know what I mean? After all this time, I mean, the fans are still going to rock with niggas. You still going to get questions. Fans still rock with the group as far as what the niggas did in the past. But moving forward, you didn't have to Yeah, y'all didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this way, I'll say. So yeah, it looks like the dudes that's good financially wanted to leave it. And the dudes who, you know, I'm sure they good, but everybody need a little more. It was like, yo, we can get this check. It's rhyming. All right. That's what it seemed like now. Looking at that. So that said, I'm gonna check the project though. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna check the project because I wanna see what comes out. I don't think this is the end of this story. But yeah. Oh hey, I'm glad I got to see him live the one time I did.
Yes, yes, we did.
Yeah.
We saw them twice. We saw them twice. Rock the Bells,
Oh yeah. Actually, you're right. Rock the Bells
and
was
then
on Soundstage. Yeah.
Soundstage. Yeah,
Mhm.
few years later.
Yeah.
Definitely going to check them out. I liked the last EP that they put out a year or two ago. It was I wanted more, so hopefully they actually provide more tracks on this one. I think. I mean, those guys are mutants. You know what I'm saying? Those two are
Mhm.
mutants, so they're gonna give you them balls. They're gonna give you the truth. They're gonna give you that substance. They're gonna give you that ill shit. Um, I will say, I would have liked to see Royce to be a part of it. I think, or if he wasn't going to be like all the way in, just do a couple features or do a hook,
Mhm.
something like that,
Mhm.
because you don't know what he might have going on. Because you know he's Grammy nominated, so he's probably like in a zone. You know what I mean? Working
Mhm.
on other stuff. So, but Crook and Joel probably looking at it like, yo, they probably like that. They're in that zone. They're in that creative zone, and they
Mhm.
want to work. And you know, as much as you get bombarded by fans for the past 10 years, yo, what's up with Slaughterhouse? What's up with Slaughterhouse? What's up with y'all? Y'all still, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
they kind of felt like they had to do it for the fans. And I think that's what they said on the one track I heard.
Mhm.
They're pretty much doing it for the fans. But I guess Royce look at it like, I hear you, but it could have been done right. It could have been done better where,
Mhm.
and then certain people kind of look at it like, well, if Joe ain't in it, then it ain't really Slaughterhouse. It can't really be Slaughterhouse if you ain't got Joe. But if Joe's retired, like
Right.
honestly, if to be honest with you, if I say I'm Joe Button, if I'm Joe
Joe
Button,
could have been the hype man on stage with niggas.
if anything, if anything, I'd have been like, hey, I still love you guys and I still consider myself Slaughterhouse. But if y'all still want to do y'all thing as Slaughterhouse,
Mhm.
still do your thing as Slaughterhouse.
Mhm.
I've seen it where I've heard where a lot of groups had X amount of people in them. And then after a while, it just wound up being these amount of guys. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Like, I want to say, was it Deluxe? It's some group that's kind of known, and they have more people than what we know of. But as time went on, it just went down to the cast that we know of.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I think the thing with Joe is I've always felt like sometimes Joe don't know what to say out of his mouth, or he could say it better than what he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's
I
always
think that's
been,
well documented.
yeah. And it's like for you to tell, your former partner like that, yo, that album gets something I did, whatever, whatever. like that's you taking it too far. You ain't had to say all that. All you had to say was like, um, and it was just crazy how he said, like, you know what I'm saying? Wish y'all the best of luck, yada 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 yada. But the album can suck my dick. It's like, how do you who says that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I again, if I was Joe Biden, I would still support them and let them still do their thing at Slaughterhouse. Don't worry about replacing me enough. Just keep doing y'all thing. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, and I'll be the, you know what I'm saying? I'll be the cheerleader, whatever. Whatever. Anytime y'all put out music, I'll share it with people. When the album come out, I'll make a post about it. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that. Do a live and talk to y'all. Hell, since I got a platform, hey, come on my platform. Let's interview and do a talk. You know, when the album comes out, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
would try to be more supportive than telling them suck my dick. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Yada 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 yada. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you retired anyway, so why you got these feelings? Like, get out of here. I can I understand where Royce is coming from more so than Joe. Um, but at the same time, if Joel Ortiz and Crooked Out are in a creative space collectively to make some music, and they are Slaughterhouse, they are technically Slaughterhouse, why not? There's a Wu-Tang album that came out back in like '09 called Wu Massacre with Meth,
Mm-hmm.
Ray, and Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
You think any of the other brothers had an issue? I don't think they did. It would have been out there because it's been put out there before. Whenever those brothers have put out an album and it didn't do well and they didn't like it, and they will be
Mm-hmm.
like, well, they will say why it didn't do as well or why it wasn't that good to them.
Mm-hmm.
So when they put out Wu Massacre, you didn't hear RZA bitch about it. You ain't hear Jizza complain about it. You ain't hear Master Killer say nothing about it. It came out. He probably supported them brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good album. You feel me? So um it just sucks to see stuff like this. Like this kind of reminds me of the Royce and Lupe situation, kind of, where
Yeah.
it's like, these top tier mutant level MCs that are nice with it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? You really enjoy what they put out, and you see that they cool, but then there's something that caused this friction and this rift. You know what I'm saying? And it just sucks that is like that for them. But I do hope the album is a good one. And I do hope that eventually your time heal all wounds, and I hope that after a while them four brothers can sit down and have a talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause um, we kind of had this conversation off mic. Like, cats is older now. We in our 40. Well, we approaching 40. Them brothers is in their 40s, and they going through this type of riff. And it's like, yo, let's, you know what I mean? Try to work this out when y'all are ready to work it out. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, best of luck to everyone. Um, let's uh let's go ahead and keep it moving. Sorry, there is nothing for me to Shut up, Alexa. I said let's She thought it was her time to shout.
Wasn't talking to you. Let's what? What's talking to you? Is that like a fire stick, or is that like just
Kindle.
Kindle? Okay.
Um so
Alexa's and all of these shits now, man.
So we're going to keep it music. One of us has a story to tell about an Elton John concert.
Oh, yeah.
Story time with
So
Tommy.
story time with Tommy. So once upon a time, Mom Dukes. Once upon a time, Mom Dukes had a birthday coming, and she wanted to see Elton
Shout
John.
out to moms.
Being the good son that I am, I caught those tickets for Mom Dukes in advance, early, because it was fucking Elton John, and the shit was gonna sell out. I didn't know, but I got familiar real quick.
Word to Clinton Sparks.
You know what I mean? Time goes on. Show was in April. Time goes on. I bought the tickets in December, so time around January, February, March. Boom! Pandemic happens. And we're not, So, long story short, we all know, those of us who still here, we know what the pandemic did. And boom, now we coming out of it, knock on wood. So the show had been postponed for 2 years until last week. So he road tripped it up to the Barclays, Brooklyn. Hadn't been there since seeing Hove, when he opened up the arena and did like 12 shows or whatever. Yep. Went to one of them joints. Good time, good show. 100% Hove, which was the first time I had seen Jay-Z by himself without being like with Beyonce or being with Justin Timberlake. They did that stadium tour, you know what I mean? So that was dope. But anyway, we get up there, traffic was great. We just got into town, was able to park on the street for free, about 3 blocks from Barclays, got a little pizza spot right there. Everything was good. So we get into the spot, and look, I admit, I am not familiar with Elton John. Like, I know this nigga had a crazy music career. I know he made Benny and the Jets, Rocket Man, and he performed with Eminem back in like the early 2000s, where there was a whole lot of LGBT plus slurs and shit thrown around back in the day. You know what I mean? It was a different time. But that is my extent of my familiarity with Elton John.
Yeah.
Got in the spot. I see niggas is fabulous at the Elton John show. You know what I mean? First off, too, this was the first time I had been around that many white people since
high school.
No. I'm gonna say since like a work related conference. Like it was that lot, but the diversity. You might be right, actually. The diversity in that building was reminding me of like high school. You know what I mean? Like it was like me and let's say like maybe like 7 other Black people in the building, and other people that were coming to the show. And then it was like the people that worked there, the ushers, the merch people. By the way, Elton John merch, very affordable. Some of you rap niggas could learn the lesson. Very affordable merch. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
It was a little elevated because, of course, it's in the arena and whatnot.
Add WWE to that list because they merch getting kind of high in them live shows, yo. When they came here back in September for SmackDown, I think Craig did a video for me to show me what they had and how much stuff was, yo. Like the one shirt I wanted was like $35 or something like that.
Okay.
And I was like, oof. But I ain't gonna lie, they had a shirt. The back of it was Stone Cold Skull, but on the front it said Baltimore 316. And I was like, that might be worth that 35 though. Hold up, though.
But
I
yeah.
almost got.
So you'll see 35 to me. Yeah, that's it. That's a little expensive for a t-shirt.
Yes.
But you at the live event, usually them joints be like 50 and up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not talking about like wrestling
No.
specifically.
I went to a concert and I paid that much for a shirt I was like, well, I'm gonna just support the brother anyway. I bought a shirt and his CD, and he signed my CD. Shout out to Jay Skis from Drumwork. That's he's an artist on Conway the Machines label. And I mean, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and support the brother. Like, I bought an $80 hoodie from a Griselda shop. It was a Plugs I Met hoodie. Like, and I loved that EP. So I was like, F it, man. I'll go ahead and support it. But I paid cheaper for their stuff. But yeah, it was a YOLO moment for me.
You be at let's say Rams Head, the Fillmore, the 930 Club, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A shirt is gonna be 50 off the rip. Like, it's been that way at all the shows that I've gone to. It's been that way.
When I saw Little Brother right before they shut everything down, that was literally my last concert in 2020. Matter of fact, is today March 6th?
Yes, it is.
Literally 2 years ago, bro. Literally 2 years ago.
This was right before everything just shutting it down.
I bought a Little Brother shirt and it was like 25, maybe 30. So it wasn't that bad. And when we saw and when me and my boy Josh, shout out to Josh, Afro Thunder Productions. When we saw Tech Nine at Rams Head, he bought a tour shirt. That was his first Tech Nine show. I forgot how much he paid. He might have paid about 30.
Tech Nine, I want to say made 25 mil last year. He was on that list.
He's been on that Forbes list
right
for the past decade.
And so even last year, pandemic, can't really tour because he would do. That's what he would do. These tours.
He would tour he would tour in the States, then he would tour overseas. Then he started off with one warehouse of merch. Now he has two warehouses of merch. He has a beer, his own beer, Bulu, and
the music.
And and the music. I think he's the #1 independent hip hop artist. You know what I mean? So it's just, and then people show up. They show up for his shows, have a good time. You see a couple titties. Is it facts? Yeah.
Word of Janet Jackson.
If you've never been to a Tech Nine is not for everybody, but if you like his music and never been to his show, I suggest people go to a Tech Nine show. You'll have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But back to your Elton John joint.
I'm not going to go that far on Elton John, but I fuck with the show. It was a good show. It was a good show. He was fucking the piano. He was fucking that piano up. Real talk. He was doing this thing on the keys.
Oh, that's right.
And yeah, everybody had a good time. You know what I mean? Everybody enjoyed themselves.
It was funny when you was talking to me about it yesterday, and you was talking about how how you had people there that was fabulous. And
a lot of them.
And
the outfits, the feather boas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you like, you said you were surprised to see that many, and I was like, yo, let me tell you, I had that same experience a few years ago when Tracy and I saw Jasmine Sullivan
Yeah.
at
Mm-hmm.
at the Fillmore back in like 2014, 2015, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
2015. And I didn't expect,
Yeah.
that many people from the community to be at her show. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking just couples,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
kind of like a date night situation. I didn't think that community would show up that deep for her. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, they making her like the new Donna Summers or something. Like, this is crazy
Mm-hmm.
to me. You know what I'm saying? And let me be clear, I'm not trying to knock it. I'm not saying nothing disrespectful. I'm just saying that I didn't know that they had that much love for her like that, like that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Going in kind of blind. Um, because like I didn't know that, because this is when the album that came out in 2014 or 2015 had dropped. I didn't know any of the songs like that, but Trey did. Trey loved it. Trey wanted to see her, and I was like, "Well, I'll go ahead and go with you." And I just didn't know much of anything, so everything was just kind of new to me. So but it was an interesting experience. I did get a little annoyed because not because of it was
Because
a
of that.
thing of what happened was, people try to take pictures and stuff like that for sure. It was this one girl that was with a man. Every time she would lift her arm, she must have been shorter than me, and she's behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So every time she would put her phone up, it was like she would damn near have her hand on my shoulder,
Oh, okay.
up my head. This shit, I'm feeling shit. I'm like, what is she doing? And then one time, there's a dude in front of me, tall gay dude, whatever. Some song came on. It must have been his joint, and it hit him like, oh shit. And when he went like this, he elbowed me in my chest. And now I'm like, ah, damn it. Do I gotta fight it? Ah.
You might even fight a nigga too. I thought you were still saying something else the way you like
No,
would
no,
hit
I'm
him.
like, no. Wait, no. We're not even that popping, and I'm not trying to get canceled.
Like he
But
felt it a
he
little
did
too
turn
much.
around. He did turn around and said, "I'm sorry" or whatever. And I was like, "Cool." But as soon as he did that, the girl behind me trying to take a picture, she literally had her forearm on the top of my head trying to take a picture, and I wanted to slap her. I wanted to punch him in his chest and slap that chick. But I was like, she probably got a man, so I can't put hands on nobody. I just got to deal with the annoyance. Like, I just got to sit in this shit. Like fuck.
I said, I can't put hands on nobody.
You know what I'm saying? My asthma was still kind of bad. I got a bag. I had my book bag with my nebulizer with me. I traveled with that damn thing. I can't be in no fight. You know what I'm saying? I can't fight.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I can't be. Wait a minute, nigga. Hold up. Give me one more minute. One more minute, nigga.
Trey might have your back.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to hold it down.
No,
hold it down
she's
for a
not
minute.
Trey's not confrontational at all. You know what I'm saying? Even though she got a little bit of Trini in her, she ain't got that much Trini in it. You know what they say about the Caribbean women. Shout out to Caribbean women. But
the crazy skip the G. Skip the
G. Yeah.
She didn't get that crazy part. She got the okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just had to be like, you know what, fine. But yeah, no, man, that's dope.
So actually, yeah. Plan was not to actually go to the show because like I said, I'm not really familiar with Elton John like that. But yeah, ended up going because these is like icons. like music icons for real.
Yes.
And folks like him, Paul McCartney coming in June.
Yeah, I saw that. I know.
Fucking Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire. All of those legends who still doing it, and actually still sound like their record. You know what I mean? But you talk about cats re-recording their shit so that they can get their royalties directly instead of the record label or whoever they originally recorded it with, and it don't sound nearly as good when they re-record them. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that some of these folks still sound like their records and still out here able to do that thing. And hopefully you get the chance to check out like Stevie Wonder. And
I would love to check him out, or Earth, Wind and Fire. People like that. I would love to.
You know what I mean?
What I mean? Matter of fact, I just seen that Red Hot Chili Peppers, they got a stadium tour going on. I've always been a fan of them. They're going to be at the Nationals Park in DC in September. I was like,
Oh, everybody out on the road. Now you think about it, because now they can actually perform.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
so
last week we talked about the
Roots. Yeah.
Last week we talked about the Roots Picnic, and we talked about Broccoli City. And I think Dreamville, I think he just announced his lineup. I haven't seen the lineup for that. Let me see if the lineup is out, and we could talk about that.
Oh yeah, that's out. I saw, and it's in April 2nd and 3rd.
Oh, okay, early. Yep, Dreamville Festival.
Fabio Foreign, Earth Gang, Ari Lennox, Baz, Kehlani, Wayne,
Cos,
Jeezy,
Ja Rule and Ashanti, Jig,
Lil
Baby. Got Larry June. Hey. Moneybag Yo, Rico Nasty, DMV Zone, Rico Nasty, Wale, DMV Zone, T-Pain, WizKid, Moray, Mariba. Yeah, this is a dope lineup at Dorothy Dix Park in Raleigh, North Carolina.
You know what too? This like looking at this flyer, it's a lot of acts, but JID, it's a lot of acts. DJ Dramas, Gangsta Grills, okay, with Wayne, Jeezy, and T.I. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of acts, but it's not like too many where it's like you got like the tiny print on the bottom,
the tiny print in the medium,
and it gets big,
the big print, the bigger print. Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like everybody kind of featured the clouds and everything, and it's over the course of 2 days, and it's straight music too. It's not
straight music.
They don't have
podcasts.
Yeah, none of that. None of that
like
stuff.
That. Yeah,
the extra stuff, and that's cool too. All that other stuff is great too, but.
Yo, this joint is sponsored by Wilson.
People that make on the flyer.
Sports balls. That's crazy.
You know what? I wonder if Wilson, Amazon Music,
that's ill. Wilson, okay, trying to get in touch with the culture.
Hey yo, I don't know if Wilson is I wonder where their headquarters is.
Maybe they might be North Carolina based. Maybe that's what it is.
They might be North Carolina based or something like that. Yeah. Wilson. So, festival season.
Festival season is upon us, y'all. So, y'all down? Go get y'all tickets. Have a good time and try to stay safe. And to each his own. I'm still wearing my mask. Fuck that shit.
Yo, people is just like mask mandate over.
You know what I'm saying? They just revealing themselves. Yes.
One of Shay's coworkers just said that he got COVID again.
Ah, damn.
You know what I mean? Actually, no, just he's the second one because somebody else did. I want to say a few days ago. Yeah, see, and this is what I was saying. Two people recently had to go through the health and safety protocols in the NBA, I think. Like Steve Nash is one and somebody else. And I think maybe it was Devin Booker. Matter of fact, it was Phoenix.
I think so. I think I saw that.
And I was like, okay.
I wonder how his sister doing.
I just want to
I ain't forget about her.
I just want to pay attention. Just try and pay attention because I feel like when you start seeing more of these cases pop up and you're hearing about it, like with the NBA or just other people, it could be another variant and it could be, more the same again. But yeah, so I'm like you, I'm keeping my mask on. Although, yeah, straight mask off at the Elton John show, dog. Yeah, I know. Had the mask with me. Had it with me. Straight mask off. But they was checking your vaccination status and all that shit.
Yeah.
We know now that doesn't really mean anything as far as like your ability to spread the virus. or even contract it at all, So, but yeah, straight mask off so far. Been good. The show was on Thursday, so yeah, so far I've been good. And yeah, I'm keep my mask on as I roll around town and do what I got to do. But excuse me.
Real quick, while we're kind of talking about health in a sense, go ahead and tell us about your.
Oh yes, hey, it's all coming together. Big shout to Pharmacy for Life.
Styles P. Salute.
Owned by Styles P and his wife. The first hip hop inspired, hip hop owned health store. Got me a couple herbs, couple minerals, couple oils, and so far so good. I'm feeling.
Which ones do you take exactly?
So I did the black seed oil, and I had it's actual oil, like in a cold press oil in the bottle, so it's in the fridge, like a teaspoon of that every day. And then I did elderberry and zinc.
Sorry, what does black seed oil do for your body?
It's supposed to do a lot of shit, man. Like Google it, niggas. Honestly,
I thought you would provide that information.
No,
I thought you would know.
Yeah, because I can't say it's not like it's medication per se, or I started taking it specifically for one thing.
But I know certain like type of oils and vitamins help with certain things for certain things that you might lack in your body or whatever. So I like black seed oil,
So let me pull that up. You can pull up their
because I do follow them on Instagram, and every now and then they will show you like little combinations of what to take.
Exactly.
Like, take the black seed oil, take a teaspoon of this in the morning, take such and such oil in the afternoon, then you'll take Irish sea moss at night, right before you go to bed, something like that. I've seen them do that, and I'm like, yo, that's dope. I eventually do want to support them as well.
So that's one of the things I got too. Actually, was the sea moss, the Irish sea moss. It's good to reduce inflammation and mucus production in your body. Along with black seed oil, does that as well. So detoxing. What we got? Promotes healthy heart function, healthy liver function, supports joint health, aids digestive system. lung health function, healthy lung function, excuse me, weight management plans, nourishes healthy skin and hair, supports your immune system. So, so I got that black seed oil, elderberry and zinc, which is immune system support, that kind of stuff, and sea moss, which I've been hearing about sea moss for years now from mostly the natural neo soul type people.
Hotep niggas.
Yeah. The neo soul hoes, as they call them.
Neo soul hoes in the Hotep.
And so I was like, fuck it, let me go ahead, getting up there, try to eat right, but sometimes can't cover all the bases.
Yeah. Don't get me started, man.
You dropped like 25, 30 pounds last year. I'm trying to get like you.
Bruh, I appreciate that, but some stuff has happened with me health-wise, and I gained some of that back, and I'm trying to get it back. So trying to get it back down.
COVID?
No.
You don't have to say if you don't want to. Yeah, you don't have to say if you don't want to. We can take it off.
It's a situation that I have that that really has affected me in different areas in my life. Mm-hmm. And one thing that it did, it helped me put the weight back on. So I'm just trying to get back to where I once was, because the goal was to lose 40 at 40. You know what I'm saying? I turned 40 in December. We talking, we in March now. I got 9 months to get there. So
yeah, you got more time than a lot of us right now, though. My homegirl, her shit is in 2 weeks. The other one in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I got you got a whole 9 months.
Yeah, and God willing, I can save up and do this trip. I'm thinking about going to Vegas. Thinking about it. I saw some packages there at really good prices at Priceline. They got some really solid packages going on for it right now, and I'm thinking about taking advantage of it. But anyway, I would suggest that everyone check out Pharmacy for Life on Instagram, or just follow Styles P, and you click the link on his bio. Something should pop up for real, and just take better care of yourself, because that's what we need to do. Especially us Black folk, we definitely need to take more care of our bodies. We need to be on this earth a little bit longer for our babies and for our families and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? That's dope stuff. Because myself, I take Irish sea moss, vitamin C. I got to think of elderberry, but I'm gonna take that once I run out of the vitamin C, because the elderberry, I think, has vitamin C in it. I got my one a day.
Yeah, right. That's basically what I was doing. I got the one a day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me go ahead and supplement that with some of this and see how I feel.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I do. Yeah, I do. I usually do one a day in the morning, then later on in the morning, maybe early in the afternoon, I do vitamin C. And then at night I do my my Irish sea moss, and then also at night I take my medications that I'm supposed to take for my allergies and asthma and my other situation. You know what I mean? So try to take better care of yourselves. It's warm today, so it's like I'm trying to, I might try to walk around the lake or something if it ain't Later something. You know what I mean? Um, uh, and but one thing that I will talk about, I'm gonna talk about two things. Uh, Early in the year, I said I was going to start. I had binge watching goals. One of my binge watching goals, my first binge watching goal, was to watch all of The Wire on HBO Max. Shout out to HBO Max. And I want to say last week or so, I finished it. Took me a little longer to get through season 5, but I got through it. And overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. And it was something about watching it late at night that kind of put me in the zone of watching it and kind of um being into it even more because I had no real interruptions. I didn't have to worry about hearing my crazy neighbors. Well, they're finally gone, amen. That's a whole other situation. Uh, I had to worry about, somebody asking me for this, for that, or going somewhere. No, it's like I can sit down, thoroughly watch it, and just get into what's going on in the story and follow up with it. And I can see why back then people loved it for what it was. Um, I mean, it was a grimy tale, and it was an interesting tale of it's interesting how there's not only your regular politics, but there's also street politics. And then
Yeah.
somehow they both kind of combine. And it was just ill how you saw that kind of unravel throughout this whole show.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you saw, you know, when you're dealing with Detective McNulty, how he's talking to the judge, and they're like, "Why are you talking to the judge about that?" And he running his mouth, telling his business, got you looking a fool. You know what I'm saying? And and then you're seeing how people
The
in the
systems.
Barksdale side of thing, how
Mhm.
they that was a family business. That's what they knew. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And then you bring in Stringer, and Stringer is trying to, you know, he's in both worlds. And he's kind of the puppeteer, kind of pulling the strings. But then he got
Mhm.
caught slipping.
Uh,
And I mean he did get a little messy. He did. I'll say it sucked to see D die. Um that was interesting. I can't think of my man's name, but he was tight with Bodie, short dark skinned dude.
yeah. Yeah.
Like every season you saw
Oh,
his
yeah.
hairline kept going further and further back.
Yeah.
When he smartened up and started working at Foot Locker, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Cause
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then there was just and then back to McNulty, how he was as a person. He was interesting to me because it was like it seemed like as a person, he was a bit of a dick. People didn't care for his approach to stuff. But as a detective,
Mhm.
as an officer, he knew his shit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he was a little petty with that one body in season 2 that was on the waters, and he looked up the coordinates and
He
was like,
was
"Nah,
extra petty.
this ain't county. This shit is not." That, and I was like, "Oh wow," you know.
Extra petty with that.
You know, but it was interesting in season 4 when he was like, when he called himself and he was like, "Yo, I gotta chill. I'm ruining stuff." But then season 5, he got back on his bullshit with the. But I will say, honestly, it was kind of a genius plan because that was an issue.
Yeah.
Snoop and Chris, they had these bodies and they would bury them in these abandoned buildings. They put the, you know, Lester found the certain nails and screws, like they figured it out.
The Tony Stark of murderers, of drug murderers. You know what I mean? Like, these niggas was prolific.
And I mean, but I mean, yeah, it got a little crazy when he did the bite marks and he had the red ribbon and all that was a bit much.
He went, yeah.
You know, that was a bit much, but I understood why he did it because it was a part of the whole Marlo situation.
It was a way to keep getting the money needed to continue to investigate and bring it to bring that and other shit too. Actually, other cases that, you know.
And I mean, and then again with politics, that whole thing with not just with the mayor and he's trying to and he became governor or whatever, but just even within
the mayor and the police
police department, the whole commissioner situation, that whole thing, and they trying to throw dirt on Daniel's name. And Daniels was one of those dudes I like in season 1. Anytime his people messed up, he had their back. He was like, "No, you didn't do that. Here's what you did. Such and 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 such. Write that report. It better be on my desk tomorrow morning." Bam, you know what I'm saying? And that messed up his situation with his wife. His wife, she's running for whatever she was running for.
Yeah.
He messed around with old girl that's an attorney.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, okay. And like all that was crazy. Then my man Prez, you know, he did some dumb stuff. He did do some dumb stuff. But and what was that
Nepotism.
season 5 when my man showed up with the beard?
Oh yeah, he was completely different. Yeah.
I was like, all right, we grew up. That's what's up, you know. My man that had the boxing gym, I wanted to see him do more. I wanted to see him a little bit more because I would have loved to have seen like that gym, you know, grow and gets better, and he actually has like a fighter that he's like promoting or something like that. Like he actually has a like. I think that would have been a dope angle in a sense, you know. But he was trying to do a positive thing, and it sucked how he had that one kid that was nice, but all he knew was the streets.
Yeah.
Same thing with my man. What's my man name? Mike.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Like, it was like, yo, it was crazy with him because it was like, at first he knew what was like. He had a good head on his shoulders, but it was like once he asked for that favor from Marlo and them, he knew he had to step into that world, and it was. You know what I mean? And when him and Duke, you know what I'm saying, parted ways, and I felt sorry for Duke. I felt sorry for Duke, and it's like, damn, he going down that path. And it was like, shit. You know,
feel sorry for all of them. You know what I mean? Like, the only one who came out all right was Naaman. Randy went to fucking group homes.
Yeah. And he bossed up and he got big because he was getting his behind handed to him because he snitched. And then he was trying to get all tough after a bump interview. And he's like, I better get this bitch police on my face before I break his ass. I was like, that was so not believable, bro.
It's not believable.
Then he pushed the kid. I was like,
using the term bank in the wrong context. You know what I mean? You can't bank a single police officer by yourself. You know what I mean? What are you talking about?
And it's bang, not bank. Bang, sir. But
that's how it sounded though when cats would pronounce it back in the day though.
I guess I
like
don't know.
There's bang and then there's I thought
bang,
bank was like you got jumped.
Yeah.
Bang is like you just you stole off on him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was going to try and steal off on him.
Yeah.
That whole situation with Amsterdam, that was crazy.
And that was politics though. You know what I mean? Like the politics, the pressure from the mayor's office to reduce crime while not really giving them no way to actually do this or any resources to try to do something different. And it's like, all right, well, and you push these motherfuckers to these 3 blocks or whatever where nobody does anything.
And y'all good. And
nobody kill nobody. Y'all can deal drugs. Scot-free, we ain't fucking with you.
Like it
and
was
the whole the impact that made on across the city. Well, not across the city, but across his district.
Yeah. The Western District.
Yeah, where crime was down double-digit percentage. You see people out enjoying the nice weather outside. It's like, damn, man.
And then there was just certain people I just couldn't stand that I just found annoying.
Yeah.
And the
all-time best hip-hop bad guy, Method Man, yo.
Jeez.
You gotta just that character, you couldn't stand the character. But looking at what Meth has done acting-wise since then, this crazy. Always play somebody that's like a snake in the grass type nigga. But he be doing this thing though. You know what I mean? He does a great job playing these people.
I mean, it was like how you conspire with somebody else to get your uncle out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna get to him in a little bit. But back to my people that I found annoying. One of the first people that I found annoying and wanted to beat their ass, like just jump through the screen and beat their ass, was Ziggy.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because he kept doing dumb stuff. And he think he got a plan and he don't. And then once he went into that building and shot up everybody.
Yeah.
And I also look at it like this. At the end of the day, the winner of the whole shit was the Greek. Because ain't nobody touched the Greek. The Greek was untouched.
Nigga wasn't even Greek.
No, he wasn't. Yes, you're right. He wasn't even Greek. Yes, you're right. You're right. He ain't nobody touch that man. And then once you saw my man from Backyard Band meet up with him, it was like, wow, so yeah,
the cycle continues.
And that's how that show basically ended.
Exactly. That's what it is. The cycle
and then
continues.
It was like, and then, like I said, I think Marlo, to me, well, first of all, excuse me, rest in peace, Michael K. Williams. I think Omar was a brilliant character because Omar was, it was like he was Robin Hood, but not really Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he understood the game, but I'm going to play it my way. I'm gonna be the ultimate stick up kid. I'm gonna take you for your money and for your drugs. I'm gonna keep the money, but the drugs I'm gonna sell to your competitors, and they
Yeah.
go.
If I don't sell it back to you.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was just crazy how he died.
Yes.
And when he died,
Yeah.
it reminded me of City of God, if you remember that movie.
That was a crazy movie.
Because remember, somebody, I think he was a big time drug dealer in a store, something, he was somewhere, and he was shot and killed. They didn't show it till later on who killed him, and it was that little boy,
Yeah,
the little dark-skinned boy. And so when I saw what happened to Omar, it took me back to City of God. And when I saw it, because I remember that kid in the wire that shot him, like he was like, little middle school kid, had this nasty mouth.
Kennard, yeah.
Yeah, and he did it. He couldn't believe he did it, and at the end, he got locked up for it. I was like,
he couldn't believe that was Omar when he seen him, because in the this nigga got this larger than life identity in the hood at least, and then when you see him, you see this nigga just like limping like a motherfucker, because he been on the low, hiding from Marlowe's people, had to do the Spider-Man out the building that with that shootout. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That was funny. He was like, "What the? Where he go?"
Don't make sense.
and I wanted him and Marlo to go at it, but that kid, and that was just like, damn it. And it's like Marlo, as far as villains go, Marlo was a hell of a villain. Because Marlo didn't give a fuck about nothing
but the crown.
He was part of his, and he kept his circle small.
Yeah.
And everybody had a role, and you played your part. He made sure you played your part.
And if you ain't play your part, you end up in one of them houses.
No, I'm saying. The nigga, and then when was it when Prop Joe died, they still had the little meeting. That nigga was like,
and he played the role like he ain't know what the fuck was going on, right?
Like, it was just crazy.
Price of the brick going up.
And yeah, so it was just interesting to see. Oh, and salute the Bubs, because he was getting when his sister opened up the door, letting him sit. Oh yeah. Man, that almost got me. I was like, let's go. Let's go. And you saw him getting himself clean, like he was looking better that season.
You saw the whole process, the evolution to get to that point. Because when he first came, because she wouldn't even let him. She was like, "You come in the basement.
Come in the basement.
Don't you try to come upstairs. I will call the police on your ass."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't talk to my daughter. You can't be in the house when I'm not here.
And then it was like, what happened to I think the young man's name was Shazad. Really messed up. Mm-hmm. That, and he was getting bullied from his cart. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so man, just overall, had a good time watching that show, and just just being invested in those characters' lives and what was going on with them, how just understanding how it really is two sides of a coin in a sense, with the politics game and everything, and street politics or regular politics, to show that compare and contrast of it was very interesting, and this is coming from somebody that, though I'm born and raised uh,
Hmm.
in Baltimore, Maryland. I didn't experience or see that type of activity um, growing up. I know some people that
Hmm.
done that stuff or lived that life or lived in those areas. You know what I'm saying? But so for me, really watching it, and to see the certain areas and West Baltimore and South Baltimore and by the docks, all that, and see how people live and stuff. It was just, McCullough homes and all that. It was like, wow, it's like it make me, you know, appreciate my situation even more. Cause there's people out here that, that's really going through it and has to witness that or see that type of stuff,
Hmm.
and even if going through it, like I felt bad for Weebay's son because his mom's just she was another one that was getting on my nerves. She kept pushing him to, do
To
this and do
be
that.
in that.
And so once Bunny talked to Weebay about, yo, let me take him in,
Hmm.
and had that talk, and he's on the debate team and doing this. I'm like, okay. And I kind of wanted to see more of how he was going to grow as a young man. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
yeah, man. Great show. Right now, I'm binge watching a bunch of other things, a bunch of different little animes. And I'm watching this joint called Midnight Asia. Me and Trey watching that. And we trying to get through these Harry Potter movies. And eventually I'll get through Game of Thrones, um, and and a few other things. Um, that's
Game
like
of
on my
Thrones is actually. I'm glad you got through the wire. First of all, I'm gonna say Game of Thrones has some wire similarities because it's obviously set in some very different times. And
yes.
Game of Thrones is not based on any real shit, but it's all about just like the motivations that people have to, you know, either acquire power or hold on to the power that they have. You know what I mean? And you just see like the little motivations, the politics, so to speak, that
Mhm.
goes into the decisions and what people do and how they go about getting shit done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with the wire, now that you've gone through the whole shit, you said
Oh, I
that
want
part
to
that
say
got
one.
you. Hmm.
I want to say one more thing. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. I
Hmm.
want to give a couple shout outs. Because there was some people that had small roles in that, or that was extras in that I
Oh yeah.
recognized. Um, Shout out to um my cousin Breon, who he was in a scene where they arrested Marlo at the train station. He played one of the cops in the background. Um, and shout out to a buddy of mine from high school by the name of Brandon Tate. He played one of the runners for Stringer while Avon was locked up. Um, and there was a young lady, I didn't know her, but she went to my high school. She was in the one scene where the boxer dude when he came home and they had a little party or whatever. She was messing with, So
Oh, she was a Desi.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I went to high school with her.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I remember watching that episode, yo. Like I remember watching that episode with shout out to Twin, and I want to say B as well. And she showed up on the screen, and I was like, "Yo!" He was like, "What?" I was like, "I know her." Twin was like, "What?" I was like, "Yo, she went to." I was like, "Yo, she went to my high school, bro." Like she's like 2 years behind me, or whatever. He was like, "Yo, what?" I was like, "Yeah, yo, it was crazy." So
Yeah.
Yeah, salute to them.
Jared knew
Um,
Dee's baby mother in the show.
Oh yeah.
Jared knew her.
Oh,
They
okay.
used to work at Red Robin together back in the day.
Wow.
Yep. I was like, oh snap, all right. Yeah, well.
And it was interesting to see Ed Norris, because I don't know if
Yes.
he still had his
I
show on
like him on the
105.7.
radio, actually. I like him on the
Oh,
sports.
he still has his show?
I don't
Because I
know
don't
if
listen to
he's
the radio.
still, I feel like he is still on it. It's just, it's not known as the same thing, but I think he's
Right.
still on there.
Yeah. It's something completely different. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, but it was cool to see him, do that. I think Paris Glendenning had a small part. I thought that was funny.
Bob Ehrlich was in it too.
I think that's why I'm confusing.
So he
I
was
think,
when they went to when Carcetti and Lester went to the governor's mansion or whatever
yeah,
to meet with the governor
yeah.
uh, about this money, and they were sitting out there forever, waiting on them. And then I think it was like a state trooper or whatever that was like, the governor will see you now.
Yeah, that's what I meant. My
That's who
bad.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not Paris. Bob, him.
Yep.
Yeah, my bad. Him.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt Schmoke,
Kurt Schmoke, yeah.
he had a cameo in there, former mayor. Yeah. So
Billy Murphy, who's a real attorney, and
okay.
Clay Davis's lawyer.
She.
He's a real attorney, and I don't know if he does in the courtroom how he did on The Wire, but shit, that nigga got it done.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out the attorney for all the drug dealers, right?
Yeah.
I want to know who's the better lawyer between him and Saul. Because they both knew the game and both dealt with some people. Now, I didn't watch all of Better Call Saul. I think I should make that another binge thing for me, because I like Breaking Bad.
Saul is like a criminal lawyer. You know what I mean? Like did you watch Breaking Bad?
Yes.
And when Jesse was like, you need a criminal, when he said, like, when I said we need a criminal lawyer, we need a criminal lawyer, like somebody that's really with the shits. But they are an attorney too, so they'll know how to help us work this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how Saul is. The dude on The Wire, I think he just takes advantage of what the criminal underworld can provide him financially through his legal services. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then also clearly he found a way to bleed motherfuckers even more just to get more of this drug money out of them. You know what I mean?
He did.
Through other shit. So but it was dope how Omar in the courtroom, in that court, how he played him. You know what I mean? Like he was in there streetwear with a tie on though.
With a tie on. Hilarious.
He's like, I got the shotgun. You got the briefcase.
Hilarious, yo. Hey, yo, can we pause for a minute? I gotta use the restroom.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're back.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my Wire take. If y'all never checked out The Wire, check it out, man. Or if y'all miss watching it and want to binge watch it, go ahead and revisit it.
Now,
You know what I'm saying?
that's what I was about to say. Now that you've gotten through the whole series, you gotta watch it again. Don't do it. Don't do it like no time like in the next week or something. And try to do that.
Right.
You got to give it some breathing time. But when you watch it again, it's going to be like picking up. It's going to be like when you listen to music, and then 10 years later, you be like, "Oh shit, that's what he meant by that." You know what I mean? Like lyrics that you just know, but you never really thought about, and then you think about it, you're like, "Oh,
yeah." Yo, I heard so many sound bites from rap songs off of this joint.
Yes.
Like when Marlo went up to the one security guard at the store, was like, "You want to be one way. Stop saying that." Like, I remember hearing that off of I think that was that Sky Zoo? Like that joint. The one where Snoop was like, "They go over there, something. I'm like, yo, I heard that on something. You come at the king, you best not miss.
Yeah.
A couple other joints, y'all. I was like, yo. Another annoying person was Bernard's girlfriend.
Yes.
Remember?
Oh my God.
God.
By the end, he was like, "Yo, take me to jail." Yo, take me to jail, please.
Nerves, bro. My goodness.
And she was not cute.
She swore she was cute, though. Snagging too fast. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, not cute at all. But yeah, keeping on the theme of high quality drug dealing television entertainment. Let's talk about Snowfall. Let's talk about Franklin Saint. Still dope. Rest in peace to John Singleton, the creator of the show, and so much other great stuff that we've enjoyed over the years. But yeah, season 5. I think this is the final season.
Biters, by the way, they're biters because The Wire ended in season 5. They some biters. Go ahead.
Yeah, now it's the empire is being built, but now is he's just trying to keep it from crumbling down. You know what I mean? With do you watch Snowfall? I don't want to
watch it yet.
Okay. So, it's dope. It's dope. Good shit.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I think eventually I'm gonna get a Hulu. I think eventually Trey and I might go half on that Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus package. We might do that because I do miss watching some UFC, and I've been meaning to watch Stephen A's World, and I've always wondered what Peyton's joint is like. But yeah, I've heard so many good things about Snowfall since it first came out. You know what I mean? So it was just like, it's just ill to me because it's like The Wire really set up all these different. It was like Wire, and then like you said, Snowfall, Power, the Cocaine Cowboy docs.
Yes.
White Boy Rick movie and the doc about White Boy Rick. The show Drugs Inc.
Yes. They don't even make new episodes of that no more, but I'll still watch some of the old shit.
The documentary called Crack on Netflix, I think. It's just so much, yo. But
I say like if I could put an analogy to it, like a rap analogy, like Snowfall, The Wire, and Snowfall to me are to what like drug dealing, high level drug dealing in TV shows is like the Jay-Z and Pusha T of drug dealing TV shows. You know what I mean? Like high level drug rap. And I could we'll throw some Griselda in there too. You know what I mean?
Please do. Please do.
But yeah, I think that's what these two shows represent, because it's obviously there's the drug stuff and what comes with that's in it. But it also shows you a lot more about the consequences, the impacts it has on the family members and friendships and relationships and everything. You know what I mean? The community. It just shows so much more than just selling drugs, get money, buy shit, do it again. So yeah, happy to see that. And sad that it's gonna come to an end, but eventually all this shit gotta come to an end. Otherwise, it wouldn't be real. And off of that, which way we going to go? Well, the Batman. The Batman movie recently came out. I have not seen it yet.
Yes, sir.
But one of us has.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Binge's drive-through at Middle River.
It was at the drive-through?
It was at the drive-through.
Damn.
They did a double feature. The first movie they showed was Lego Batman, which I did not mind because I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, that was
Lego Batman was awesome. Because my man was trying to knock it, and I was like, "Hold up, bro." Remember a couple of years one of my young homies, I was like, "Hold up, son." Remember a couple of years ago when y'all was excited about Avatar: The Last Airbender being on Netflix and everything, right? And I was like, "Man, I ain't watching that. That's some young shit, whatever." And y'all told me, "No, check it out. It's good stuff." I watched it and I love it. And I want to get some more Avatar pops in my collection. And I have Avatar soccer jerseys from Box Lunch. But so I was like, yo, but they're fire. But I was like, yo, Kyle, I'm trying to tell you, this is worth watching. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you this. And I sent him this video, one of the promos when that movie first came out. Remember MTV Cribs? So
Yeah.
Lego Batman he had his version of MTV Cribs as a promo for the movie. Oh my God. That sealed the deal for me to check out that movie. I was just like, yo, this man is on one.
I just wanted to see Lego Batman after seeing the Lego movie.
Because he was crazy in the Lego
movie. Just because it was just crazy in the Lego movie.
It was crazy as hell.
And I knew that Will Arnett did the voice. So yes. I was like, all right.
Yes, yeah, Will Arnett is, yo.
He got a show on Netflix too, Murderville.
Yes, and we love it. Oh my God. He is just that dumb. He is just that dumb. Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna say this. If you haven't watched BoJack Horseman,
I started it years ago now.
Dude, go back. Because there's levels to BoJack that you wouldn't even think that they would take it there, but they take it there. Like, it's not even on some comedy stuff. I'm talking about storytelling wise.
Yeah.
They take it to a place of pretty much, though they're animated
Mm-hmm.
animal characters,
Mm-hmm.
this is pretty much this is the life of a washed up stand-up comedian
Mm-hmm.
slash comedic actor that had his own show back in the day, and he got caught up in the Hollywood life. So, and he's trying to get back into the game in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you really see this person's ups and
Sorry.
downs. You really see his
Mm-hmm.
ups and downs in this show. So it does get, it has this like it starts off silly, yes, but then it has its moments where it gets serious, it gets kind of dark, and then it gets back to being
Okay.
silly
Little
again.
silly
But
stuff.
it's the level again. I'll put it up there with Rick and Morty and Young Justice as far as the quality of the writing and
Mm-hmm.
story.
Okay.
But
Now, was it like
but
that the whole time, or did it get better after like the first season or after the second season? You feel like it took another level where you was like, "Yo, this is crazy. This is a better show than I was originally giving it credit for. Like I enjoyed it, but now we going somewhere deeper. Like where you say you put it on the level with the Rick and Morty and
yeah,
the
yeah,
other joints.
yeah. No, I got you. Season 3. I think that's when it got real.
That's when it went. Yeah.
That's when they touched on some real things that has happened that you heard of happening within the industry with certain people.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So um yeah, but it's a very but yeah, started off with Lego Batman, watched it, loved it, and had an intermission. Then it went right into this new Batman film. I'm gonna actually go see this new Batman film next week. This weekend coming up in IMAX because that was my original plan. Um, the reason why, not just to see it again, just to see it again, but to also completely understand everything. Here's what I want people to understand about this Batman film. Okay, and I'm going to try my best not to spoil anything because I think the last thing we and I talked about, we spoiled that shit. But um, sorry for that too. But this wasn't your typical Batman movie where it was action and then there's story with a little bit of detective stuff, then just action again. This
Okay.
was a legit noir detective film. And it just
Okay.
so happened that there was action, there was some action in it in his back because I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna go out on a whim. Because the main villain, because there's different villains in this, but he's only focused on the one, which is the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch a lot of Batman stuff, a lot of it, though it's good, it still sticks to the original personality or gimmicks of the characters in
Yes.
Batman, right?
Okay.
This Riddler
Uh-huh.
was one sick, demented person. This Riddler, played by Paul Dano. If you don't know who Paul Dano is, Paul Dano, if you look him up right now, you're going to be like, oh, that dude. Because in everything I've seen him in, he's always played some sick, twisted motherfucker with glasses.
Okay.
And he did that with the Riddler. Because the Riddler was usually, he got his little green suit, he leave his little notes, his little riddles, and then he does something, then he got his little laugh, and then he barely fights, whatever. This mofo was a legit psycho killer dude.
I'm looking him up. Yeah. You know, I would say that he might have even been able to play like the Scarecrow character. You know what I mean? Like not with the mask, you know, just the regular psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Dude with the glasses before, you know, but okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so like his Riddler was sick and twisted. And it was like he crafted things very well. He really did. He was a lot different from, you can't compare him to the Jim Carrey one. The Jim Carrey one was
not even, it's like they're playing two different characters almost.
This one was just on some old other shit.
Because Jim Carrey,
he was one of those,
seemed like Jim Carrey was like the brilliant nerd, geeky kind of socially awkward like type dude. And it sounds like this dude is just like a sinister, like dark, like I don't know what's up with him, but I'm not fucking with him because I don't like his energy type dude. You know,
it was he was nerdy and all of that, but and he kept a journal, and he would explain certain things, and he had a vlog, and he had followers, and it was like yo, I didn't expect this from the Riddler. Whoever thought about this was genius. And it made me want to go, yo, I want to watch this again. And then I want to watch The Dark Knight and pay attention to Heath Ledger's Joker. Because to me, I feel that this Riddler, as far as his evil deeds, he that sick. He don't have that personality as the Joker, because the Joker was real goofy, kind of crazy, and still doing stuff. But this Riddler was just, he was dedicated to what he was doing. He was serious about it, but he was also demented and delusional with certain things.
Okay.
And carefully crafted stuff, and it was just like, yo, this, like if he was out here in real life, and it kind of reminded me of this one docuseries I was watching on Netflix. Can't think of the name of it, but it dealt with in the early 80s. I forgot the name of the killer, but he wore but they found like a certain print of his sneakers. He worshipped Satan. And he was just, no, not the Zodiac Killer. Or was it the Zodiac Killer? I can't think of it. There's a docuseries about this person, and that's who that. No, it's not him. It's gonna bother me. Anyway, he reminded me of this serial killer from the 80s, in a sense, as far as his mindset goes. And Robert Pattinson did a very good job as Batman.
Okay.
You didn't see a lot of Bruce Wayne in this. You saw more Batman than Bruce Wayne in this.
Okay.
Zoe Kravitz looked amazing as Selena Kyle / Catwoman. You could tell there was an interesting relationship there with them. Jeffrey Wright played a dope Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, so Commissioner Gordon was black.
Yes.
Okay.
And people were hating on him because he was tight with Batman, you know. And Andy Serkis, y'all know, well, he's been in a lot of films, but you wouldn't know a lot of the other films that he did. The only film that you will know him of is Black Panther. He was what's my man with the arm?
Bucky.
No.
No.
He had the prosthetic arm that came out. He was the first white. He linked up with, I want to say, Killmonger's dad back in the day, because he was the first to go to Wakanda. And he was an outsider, and he had the scar to prove it or something like that. I can't think of this character's name. I don't know why it's not coming to me.
Andy Serkis.
Pretty much the white guy that was the villain in Black Panther. He was like, "You look just like your old man."
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm trying to think of his character. Show me his character, y'all.
Oh, fun fact. He was really born on 420. Oh, so he does a lot of voices.
He does. You know the when people do the green screen and you're a certain character and all of that. He does that. He was Caesar. In the Planet of the Apes prequels.
Right. I see you, Caesar. He was the little thing in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yes, he was Smeagol. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
He was Claw. That's why I couldn't think of his name. He was Claw in Black Panther.
Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't think of the name worth to save my life.
He was in Venom.
Yeah. So he played he was an interesting choice for me for Alfred.
Oh, okay.
You know, you saw Batman mainly on a motorcycle, but the one time you did see the Batmobile looked tough. Of course, it's the Batmobile. You know what I'm saying? It's a long movie, like damn near 3 hours. But it's a true detective film.
Like you said, it's a true like noir style.
Yes.
Which I think is real interesting because I'm like with a Batman film at that, I think like if they did it right, you know, it could be tough. Like, yeah. What's that joint? Sin City.
Yes.
You know, like if they did it, they don't have to do it exactly like that, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If they did, and I didn't actually fuck with Sin City. I seen it in the theaters when it first came out, and I didn't really fuck with it at first.
You didn't? Man, I liked it.
I had to see it again like years later, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yo, that was the first Blu-ray I bought, and it looked so good in Blu-ray.
Yeah, man. Blu-ray had a short life, man, because everything went to streaming. You know, Netflix.
But then you got 4K. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But that's what 4K. That's what Blu-ray
Now they're working on
is.
8K, I heard.
Now 8K is out. Like 8K is out. At least like you can have record stuff in 8K and
No, that I didn't know.
that kind of shit. Like so, yeah. The Blu-ray had a short shelf life because it didn't have that long window of time before the next thing came. You know what I mean? It was like it had a little run, but Netflix. I feel like Netflix was out before Blu-ray was out, like before Blu-ray came to like people buying it and having Blu-ray players and shit like that at the crib. And so, yeah, the technology was there. Anyway, yeah, I got rid of my Blu-ray player, man. I was only using it. I was only using it because you could have like apps on it too, the way you have smart TVs with the apps. I was like, all right, I was just using it to play Netflix. Just before I had like my Fire Stick or whatever. You know what I mean? Was
Yeah, like, I think the Blu-ray player I got Trey a few years back.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could download apps on that, and Netflix was one
yeah.
of them. Yeah,
It was dope.
yeah, yeah.
But
yeah. You
so
really need to.
wait. So let me ask you this: with back to Batman, out of 10, and you are planning on going to see it again, so I assume you thought it was good, good enough to be worth seeing it again and checking out some of those
But
angles
it's
of it.
also because I need to fully understand the story because certain stuff I was a little confused with. So that's another reason why I want to see it again.
So out of 10, 10 being the highest, you give it off of the first watch, considering you do want to go check it again and gain some more clarity on parts of the story.
7.5, 8. And that's only because I need to fully understand the story.
Mm-hmm.
Once I go back again and fully understand the story and understand, because there were certain characters' names they kept throwing around,
mm-hmm.
and you kind of saw them, but you didn't really see them like that. Like it's one thing with okay, if this was a TV show, I would have been more familiar with okay, this is that person, this person is that person. With this movie, they mentioned the names more than they showed the actual people. So I got a little confused on who did what to who double crossed who used to work with
Mm-hmm.
who,
Mm-hmm.
shit like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So and it was legit dark, bro. Like I understand he's the Dark Knight, but damn, there was barely some light in that or sunlight in this movie. It was partly cloudy, you know what I'm saying, rain and shit, it barely light in Wayne Manor. It's like, hot damn, you must be a bat for real. So,
I feel like the first Batman movie was real dark like that too.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you saw more. You saw a lot of Bruce Wayne and Batman too in that first one, but
yes,
it wasn't no like sunshine outside playing softball at the park shit. And then the Joker came and started killing people.
No, but I think those joints were better lit than this one. This one is like it's just dark, and it's sometimes when you're watching certain fighting scenes, you kind of can't tell who's who, what's going on. But yeah, about I'll say at 8 for now. But once I go and see it again, it'll be higher than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I did like it.
Could
I
it go
didn't think it was
lower
whack.
after seeing it again?
Could it go lower?
Yeah. Do you think there's a chance that you could be like, that was whack. I'm gonna take it down half a point now?
From what I'm remembering, no. Everything was pretty much straight to me. There wasn't nothing that was like, oh come on, that shit's bull, you know.
Uh-huh.
Um
There was no like,
uh
yo, he would really be dead right now. So this
uh
movie would have been over.
um but yeah. Yeah, man. It was cool stuff, and the experience being at the drive-in theater, I would go again when it's warmer. Because you can't have the heat on, you know, you can't have the car running and all that. So you have to
Yeah.
deal with the cold, you know. So
Oh, you can't have your car running at the drive-thru?
you can buy like
I never knew that.
you can rent a heater for like
Uh-huh.
$1, and they ask for your ID or something, and you know what I'm
And so you
saying.
gotta go get it back at the.
Go from there, yeah. You know what I mean. I know
I was
certain
just
people.
thinking like you don't want to run your car in the heat just because gas so damn expensive now. You literally just be sitting in the
That
car
too.
running your heat for damn near 3 hours
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. I mean,
watching the movie.
when there was intermissions, or we cranked that sucker up, you know what I mean,
Okay.
and then we
Okay.
dealt with it again,
Hmm.
you know. But
Hmm.
um, but other than that, you know, it was a cool experience. I will go again when it's warmer. Um, certain people had lawn chairs. You could they would suggest you have like a portable radio and you could listen to it like that. But you can also hear what's going on outside of your car too. So you know what I
Okay.
mean. But I yeah, but I would definitely go back. Or
I never it's well not never, but I was thinking that Benji's I had stopped checking a while ago now, but when first the pandemic started, I was thinking like, yo, drive it. You still have your social distancing or just be isolated in your car, so to speak, with your people or whatnot.
because people were having shows at drive-ins, comedy shows and concerts at
Oh,
drive-in
word.
theaters.
I
Yeah,
know.
early in the pandemic.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Benji's didn't seem like they weren't doing shit.
yeah, they wasn't doing shit.
And I was like, and I stopped checking.
No, I think last year they were up because they were showing certain old films, and we thought about going because they were
Mhm.
showing like I think one month they were showing like these different double features, and they had one day they were showing like two movies that we wanted to see, but it was like during the week or something like that. We just didn't do it, but
Mhm.
but it was open last year though,
All right.
and they got the all and like the beginning stuff, the intro stuff on the screen be the legit old school stuff from the 50s and 60s. So let's all go to the
Yeah.
lobby. Let's all go. Yeah, they still show that type of stuff, dog. I'm like, yo, that is crazy to
That's
me. But
funny.
salute. I respect the retro. You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean?
dope though. It's dope though at the same time that they do it now. But like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
They ain't spend no money
you
on
know
that.
what I'm saying? Word. So check out that Batman, y'all. For real, for real.
So moving on. Yeah, we can hit this real fast. Let's just go over it in like 5 minutes.
Let's
I think
let's
we
do
could
it.
do that shit.
All
I
right,
mean,
let's do it.
you the Laker fan on the pod, what I mean? Like,
Bree on this too.
oh really? Because he don't be claiming them the way you
He don't.
claim
Yeah, he don't.
them.
Yo, I swear, yo, like
I didn't know that.
I forgot when it happened, but it's like it seemed like whenever they would be winning like that, he would just be like, like he wasn't holding them down like that. Still, for
He
me, I
like
was
the
still like,
Lakers. I
yeah,
mean,
Lakers,
I
you
don't
know,
know, man.
cause like with this season,
Playing total.
I was talking to my barber earlier.
Mhm.
I was like, yo, when they was announcing everybody all the free agents that was coming to the Lakers, I was like, oh, that's cool. But I was like, we're not going to the finals. I'm a realist, yo.
And
like,
a lot of people said that, but there was a lot of people who thought, oh, we got Westbrook and Melo. Melo was good in Portland, you know, had some shots.
No. They was like, oh, Dwight coming back because Dwight did good when he was here the last year.
Yeah.
And they got DeAndre Jordan. I didn't even know they let go of DeAndre Jordan, and he's with some team. Some team picked him up. You know what I'm saying? So,
we'll put it like, let's hope that this series is better than their current season right now. You know what I mean? As we rehash and revisit the glory days, the rise of the storied Los Angeles Lakers
Showtime
franchise
Lakers.
And the Showtime Lakers.
Yes, sir. What's the name of the show?
Winning Time. Premieres tonight on HBO. You know who's playing Dr. Bus?
John Lithgow, isn't it?
No. John C. Reilly.
Wow, interesting. That's interesting to see him in a role like, because I want to say
he's a dope actor though, all around. You know what I mean? Like a lot of cats just see him off. They remember Step Brothers, you know what I mean? And
right. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of people know him from the comedy stuff, not drama stuff. However, this is either produced or directed by Adam McKay, who's known for comedy stuff. He's part owner of the funnyordie.com with Will Ferrell. So, because a part of me when I was watching it had me thinking about that one movie back in the day with Will Ferrell, Andre 3000. It was like in the 70s, and they was playing basketball.
Oh yeah. Oh, I can't remember the name of that joint. I know what you talk. I remember what you talking about though.
But the name of the team was like the Tropics or something like that, and they had different. You know, Will Ferrell would think of different days of doing different stuff. You know, but when I saw how this looked, I was like, yo, I love the retro look of this. And it's going to be interesting, you know, with the guy playing Magic and Kareem and people like that. Like, it's, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying?
I think they actually shot it at the Forum in LA where, you know, the Lakers used to play. For at least those scenes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was thinking earlier, like MJ, you know, they had the Last Dance documentary, which, you know, had everybody just captivated over the pandemic when nobody could go outside and do shit.
Then later on, Scotty put out the book, throwing mad shit at MJ.
Yeah. And but this, I remember the 30 for 30. Matter of fact, they did the Celtics-Lakers rivalry, and that was like 3 parts, and that was good too.
There was an HBO doc that dealt with Magic versus Bird. Like it went back to their college years up into the league.
Yeah.
That was dope. Yeah, so that was a while back.
Yeah, you know what? I hope this is like what Playmakers was back in the day, that the TV show, it was like based on the football. You remember that joint? They only had
a basketball joint, right? On Showtime?
No, it was football. It was football.
Okay. There was a basketball joint on Showtime that had, I think, Michael T. Williams. Was he in that? I forgot, but it was a basketball series or something. But Playmakers, I kind of remember
Playmakers where they had like Omar Gooding was like a star running back on the team, but he had like a crazy drug problem, and you know, you had another dude on the team who was gay back in the time when, you know, like all of the gay stuff in the NFL, you know, was in sports in general, really, because this was before Homeboy in the NBA came out.
Got his name.
Jason Collins, I think. Jason Collins.
It was somebody before him, though. I can't think of his name, but he bounced around a lot in the league. Like he played on different teams,
mhm.
but
He
he was
came
the
out
first to come out.
after he came out after he retired, though, right? The one you was thinking about
I
that
think he
bounced
did.
around.
I think because I
Uh,
never heard of the guy. I was like, who is this guy coming out? Okay, do your
yeah.
thing. Okay, yeah, you know.
Uh, but yeah, I'm hoping that this series is kind of like that, and it shows because it's taking place in the '80s. We know some wild shit was still going on in the league in the '80s. You know what I mean? So
There's a lot of shit, a lot of crazy shit
still
going
going
on.
on now,
Period
right?
in the '80s,
Yeah,
not just the
exactly,
league in life. We
exactly.
just talked about crack, nigga. Okay, that was, that was the Reagan era.
Snowfall, man. So
You know what I'm saying? That
uh,
was the Reagan era, but at the same
I
time, that
hope it
was
is that good though. I hope it's like that where they show some things that maybe the NBA you might not be happy about it. Maybe Jeannie Buss may not be happy about it. But I heard an interview that Adam McKay had did where he was like, "Yo, he grew up in this era, like he was a Lakers fan. His dream was to like be able to be on the floor and like interact with the team and all that shit." So he's hoping that Jeannie Buss likes it because like he loves Jeannie Buss, he loves the Lakers franchise and the team and all that shit. Um, but he didn't necessarily make it so that Jeannie would like it. You know what I'm saying? To make sure. So yeah, I'm hoping that it is good. I'm definitely gonna watch it. And yeah, hopefully
yeah,
Lakers fans will enjoy it too.
yeah, man, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just remember back in the day when I was in high school. We used to have a cable channel called ESPN Classics, and
Mm-hmm.
every year around playoff time or finals time, they would show the Showtime Lakers, you know, finals run or playoff run,
Yeah,
whatever, to show their games, and that had me become even more of a Laker fan. Um, besides watching, Shaq and Kobe and those guys. Um, and it was just like, man, it was like just me watching them back then made me like, man, I wonder what it would be like if I really watched that in real time. Could I appreciate what I appreciated even more back then? If I was like old enough.
definitely. I
But
think so.
so like with this with this show based off of this superstar team, this dynasty team, it's like, yo, this is gonna be ill. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be very interesting to see, somebody play because it seems like every time they try to do like a biopic or something like that of that nature dealing with basketball legends, it somehow look a little phony or it's kind of weird, something about it. And and then with this one, it just looks pretty authentic. And I think that's what I expect because it's HBO. HBO don't do a lot of they don't put out a lot of BS. You know what I'm saying? HBO, they have a lot of stuff that people, like you say, you know what I'm saying? You at work at the water cooler, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Or, nowadays everybody's on their socials while the show is on. Yo, this is crazy, yada yada. Stuff like that. So I think that
Mm,
show, this will still be I think this show will be a classic, and I think if this show does well, this could possibly, open up doors of another show based on another dynasty sports team. Like they could do the Tom Brady New England Patriots teams, or something like that. Um, the Steel Curtain maybe. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers from back in the day, something like that. So
Man,
if this show
I
does
would.
well, it could open up the doors for other series similar to that. You know what I mean? Hell, do one about Coach K and Duke. You know what I'm saying? UNC, something like that.
I think they
That'd
should
be
do
ill.
one on the Ravens when the Super Bowl year when Ray Lewis got in that trouble down in Atlanta or wherever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should do a joint about that. Like,
That would be lovely, but people don't fuck with the Ravens, so why would they watch? No, excuse me. The sports world don't F with the Ravens.
you don't think so?
So why would they watch it? I swear I complain every year about how they have no real respect for the Ravens, how they don't expect for us to win our division or even go further in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They always counted us out. This past season, a lot of people predicted either Cleveland was going to come. A lot of people predicted Cleveland was going to
To win
come
the
out of the
division.
North.
Yeah.
One person thought it was going to be Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
but it was Cincinnati that came out of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a thing of I think it was a thing. Yes, they played good ball. They was a young, hungry team, but that wouldn't have happened against a healthy Ravens team. I think they would have got their boots smoked both games. But it's the past now. I can't really, but I would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? But
because I'm just more interested in that particular the legal situation with that case and
and then you get
what
that ball that
happened.
goes to the Super Bowl. Yeah. No. That's good
What did the
stuff.
prosecutors
Yeah.
thing happened and the defense side and whatever. Like I'd be interested in that, and that's like 20 years ago now.
Yes.
So it's like I'm sure Ray Lewis probably wouldn't want that being brought back up. But I mean, nigga, shit, you won the Super Bowl, won another Super Bowl, you retired. You out here sounding like a preacher every
in the
day.
stadium.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you good. You good.
You did it. You know what I mean?
You good.
You did it. And we did it. We finished off another episode, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Episode 53 is in the books.
Let's drop the mic on that one right there.
You know what I mean? Shout out, it's Pisces season. Shout out to shout outs to my man Imani. He had a birthday a few days ago. I meant to hit him up. But salute, bro. Shout out to my homegirls like my daughter Abby. Happy 23rd to you. You and your Jordan year. Know what I'm saying? Let's see. Shout out to everybody watching. And again, shout out to Breon who couldn't be with us. And follow us on our social media. Slaughterhouse. Talk it out, man. Piece this shit up. Anybody that got beef with anybody and it's not that deep, yo, for real, just piece this shit up. You got some crazy shit going on in Russia and Ukraine that is super crazy right now. And we still got this virus going on. And we still need to be careful and cautious of what we do and staying safe.
Mm-hmm.
And so whatever beefs you got with people, you block and deleting them for whatever shit. Knock it off, man. Talk it out.
Petty shit.
Yes.
Knock it off.
You know what I mean?
Off. It's not time for this. All right. All right, man. It's Tommy. I'm out. Good to be back. Thank y'all for checking it out. Breon will be back next week. Yeah. The pressure's on you, Breon. You gotta be here, son. All right, man. Peace. We out.